Another day, huh? Another day. Why? What is this? Why won't this lock? Anyways, yo. Welcome to another Highdeas. Excuse me. Wrong intro. I haven't done that in a while. Yo. Welcome to another JefeCast on the 29th, 28th. Man, what is wrong with me today? On the 28th of February, 2022. What are we going to dive in today? Have a couple of things we want to talk about. We have a fun topic, trying to make it fun, but people want to make this conversation a lot more difficult and serious than it is. But I want to go over women or men, who was the prize. It's a fun conversation. It isn't like some serious thing to get into a crazy conversation back and forth. Just some fun to have. Who is the prize? I actually looked some stuff up online, and this one gentleman, he had a perfect line that basically summed it up. But we'll see. We'll go through and we'll talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about black appropriation because I talked about it last week or whatever that week was, where they was upset at Aquafina, the Asian actress, for black appropriation. And I'm just like, how, I just find it funny how white I hate to do the race thing, but white people go under the radar. They are able to use black appropriation and Hispanics and everybody else, but it's like, why? What makes you pick out a person? What makes you choose out a specific person when black appropriation and black history have been whitewashed and changed, and people just use our culture for their gains all the time? So I want to talk a little bit about that because I just didn't understand why that's even real news. I was going to talk about Putin and China. I believe they're becoming a superpower. I've been saying that for a while now on the podcast, but y'all don't like to listen. Just saying. Backtracking, had a little snag. I think I told y'all the story about the dancer I moved. Well, the dancer is continually to disrupt my earnings, and that's been an issue. Russia's penalties. I saw a nice post a gentleman put out about women in relationships posting certain type of pictures. Uh, Coaching, something I was doing today. I was out coaching with my boy. Had a great time doing that. Lomachenko and the Klitschko, they're out there fighting for Ukraine, fighting for their home country. Just thought that was admirable of them to put their boxing careers on the hold to go and potentially try to stop what's going on over in Russia. I watched a terrible movie last night. I fell asleep on it, but I'm gonna have to go back and try to finish it, or at least start it over and try to catch up. By Antlers, what was that about? Free Guy was actually pretty good. There's some new Jordans coming out. These utility Jordans, I think they're dope. I don't think I put the picture in here like I wanted to, but those utility Jordans, they are official. And we're going to talk about Rodgers potentially going to DC, which I doubt, because if we trade for Rodgers, that means we give up who? Chase Young? I don't think so. And the Lakers continues to lose, and they suck. So let's dive right into it. So, the question that is asked, the question that people argue over the most, and I don't know if it's the Kevin Samuels mindset. I don't know, but some conversation can be had without complete and other understanding, right? Or at least try to have fun with some of these topics because we're making small issues into huge ones, right? So I went and typed in why do women consider themselves a prize in a relationship? Here's I'm not going to read some of these people because some of these people just write paragraphs. It's not that deep. But this is the guy I was talking about. His name is Harry Roberts. He says, because that is how our society works. Men chase women, men get women, women are the prize. That's it until they are not. I thought that was pretty straightforward answer. Um, but I try to, I try to dig into it a little differently. Uh, I try to open this conversation up because there's a lot of now, I don't know, it's just men nowadays. Seem like men nowadays want women to be slightly more aggressive. I think all the years of men jumping out on a limb, being turned down, it's catching up with them. I think men are more afraid now to be rejected. So they are looking for women to actually let them know that, hey, I actually am attracted to you. Now, I made a joke and I said, this it's easier for a man to find him a decent woman than a woman to find a decent man because there's so many women compared to the little bit of men that there are. And whether that's true or not, I'm just saying, like, I hear the complaints, whether it's a sexual complaint, it's an emotional complaint. Women complain about everything. Everything. There's always something wrong. No, fam, I'm not saying that you're not right. I'm just saying there's always something wrong. It's like y'all need that type of those type of arguments to keep it sexy or something. I don't know, to keep the fire burning or something, like the passion ignited. I don't know. But arguing for me just makes me not want to talk to you. I'm not gonna want to sleep with you afterwards. I'm sorry. So that ain't gonna happen. But I always say, like there's guys who really got it together and guys who take care of the responsibilities and hold down the house, can cook, clean, please, do all that good stuff. And y'all women act like it's just so easy to stumble across that. And I'm here to tell you it isn't. So that's what made me ask the question. I was being funny. I was talking. I said, okay, so what makes y'all the prize over men? Okay, I get what my man's saying. Man sees woman, man gets woman, man has woman. Sure. Cool. But with all the equality nowadays, right? Is that what y'all want? Be equals. Where is the proof that the woman is the prize? It's a fun conversation. Let's not make this something that doesn't need to be. Okay. But what makes the woman the prize? She had told me because without women, there's no life. I said, oh, come on. That's what makes a woman the prize because she has the ability to make life. Tell me what makes the woman the prize. She says, without women, men, you won't be able to basically problem solve. You won't. It was something about, I don't believe that to be true. What makes the woman the prize? The man comes in, he holds it down, the house, protector, if he's well off, if he can please you, if he can cook, he take care of all the responsibilities of the house. You feel protected. You're secure. That's a prize. That's a good prize right there. That's a big prize. I'm just saying, between me and you. I'm just saying, like, because everybody, the new question is, what do you bring to the table? 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 So I just thought it was funny. Like when people say women are the prize, what makes the woman the prize? They're beautiful. What? So now I'm gonna keep looking through these comments to see what we see. It's not a very long, but let's see. Let's see what they say. First, there's a false premise in your question. Of course, we always got to have one person that wants to be the smartest person in the room. So let's just read it. First, there's a false premise in your question. You seem to assume that most healthy people don't see themselves as a prize or someone worth being around in a relationship. Second, is it that they consider themselves to be a prize, or is it that you have a problem with extending basic human decency towards a person? See, these are the type of people that I don't like to talk to, because it's like you're taking the fun out of a conversation. You're really, this is a woman, obviously. I can tell by her tone. You've been spurned. I knew a guy who refused to do anything when it came to our relationship. He didn't initiate contact or dates or anything because he thought that it should be because he thought that he should be seen as a prize in the relationship, not the woman. Of course, things didn't last long. Rather than complain about how women want to be seen as a prize, take a hard look at. Okay, well, we're done talking about it. She's she knew a guy who refused to do anything when it comes to a relationship. He didn't initiate contact or dates or anything because he thought that he should be seen as a prize in a relationship. Well, that's not what I mean. I think we all have a different meaning for prize. Well, actually, I don't even think I had a meaning. I just asked the question because I wanted an honest answer, and I didn't actually get a answer from this woman that would have gave me clarity as to what makes a woman the prize. I would love to. I remember I'm trying to remember, but somehow it was something about milk. They can milk. And, hold up, let's see. Some more. Let's see if we can find it. Here's a lady. All women are prized and should be treated like the special and wonderful people they are. I mean, we grow up whole human beings in our bodies, so of course we are. Your partner should treat you with respect in a relationship. In fact, you should both value each other in the relationship or treat each other with respect as equal partners. She said, I hope this answers your question. It didn't. But I'm just saying, like, that's what I say. Why can't we both be the prize? Why can't we both we have aspects that we bring in that are prizeworthy? The woman who brings the sensitive, the caring nature. She might cook for him. She may not bring certain type of drama in his life. I don't understand the prize. I don't get what that means. Other than like, what do you have to offer? And I think when you're in a relationship, it shouldn't be it should be more of a teaming. It should be teaming, not competing. And that's the downfall of just our culture and black culture as it is. We are always competing with each other. Um, but just in general, I just be trying to figure out like I don't really like none of these answers because it's just they're being very okay. Let me see. Well, this is a different type of answer. You say, I love a woman, but she is not beautiful. What should I do? Okay. What calling yourself the prize really says to women? Nah, okay. Okay, so if a man calls himself a prize to a woman, this is what they are saying it means. This is an article from blissforsingles.com. Last year, May 2nd. 2 years ago, May 2nd, by Tatiana Green. Shout out to the men that are making it their business to tell the whole world how they feel about women, especially black women. Insert eye roll. This social media post went viral of a man who graduated from law school and he wanted to share with the women and haters that he has now ascended to the elusive. I don't know if it's elusive or exclusive, but elusive group of men that women aspire to partner with. So he writes, now that I'm JD'd, bar number loading, I've entered into a new arena of black men. And in this arena, I'm the prize now. Don't just take my word for it, though. And before you kill me in the comments, let me drop some stats for your ass right quick so you can see my points. Black women outnumber black men by 2 million. Well, that's what I be saying. It's easier for a man. I was being funny, but I would say it's easier for a man to find a decent woman than a woman to find a decent man. There's just a lot more women that go through, a lot less men. Not all of us want the best for you. It's being real. Okay, so he goes on to say, black women outnumber black men by 2 million. Black women don't want to deal with black men who's gay, down low, has baby mama issues, or has a felony conviction record in jail, which collectively is a large percentage of our race, unfortunately, as statistically, 37% of black men are in jail, while 1/3 of black men have some form of criminal record. I'm trying to see where he's going. He's giving a statistic on black men and things. Okay. Black women typically don't want to date down and prefer to have a black man that is on the same playing field as her or higher. Well, what does that mean? The statistic. Say it. Statistics. Jesus. Sorry about that. The tongue ain't working today. I don't know what's going on. Well, statistically, only 7% of black men are professionals. That's a very low percent. 7%. God damn. With this massive criteria that black women don't want in when dating a black man, they have essentially drastically limited the dating pool of viable black men that majority of black women are currently after, which means everyone doesn't get picked. And statistically, I got it that time, 70% of black women go unmarried. You see where I'm going here. I don't. Believe me. Additionally, black women want their mate to be attractive. Have some form of edge. I'm very edgy. Style. Thank you. To be exciting and not to be a lame, etc. I know all of this is subjective, but everyone doesn't have these so-called X factors, which lowers the number of viable black men even lower. So with me now gaining access into this very small percentage of black men that are young, for the record, I'm under 30 with 2 degrees, single and attractive, are heterosexual, have no criminal record, no baby mama drama, and have some form of high-paying career potential. The majority of black women are competing against each other for, you tell me who's the real prize here. Who is talking? Is this a man or a woman? CJ. So I'm taking that CJ is the man. Okay. So he says, you know what that last line reminded me of? And they're showing a gif of something. That movie with Tom Hanks and the people that was robbing the pirate movie. I don't, whatever. Okay, listen, I don't want to drag this man. The internet and Black Twitter took that on for me. He got the attention he ordered along with the respective dragon. I wanted to bring up a few points that his viral post showed me. Prizes versus gifts. I'm personally not coming for that young man for sharing what he said, because he's not the only man or black man who feels this way. He's using statistics to suggest, he's using statistics to suggest that women should have to compete for his partnership, especially black women who desire to have a successful black man as a partner. That just reeks of pride and selfishness, aka not husband material, period. If a man or woman is a prize, that implies that we have to earn them, that they are an award for good behavior, or we have to do works in their eyes to get them. But the Bible says that spouses are a gift. Some versions of Proverbs say gift, and marriage is referred to as a gift. Someone brought up in response to his message that he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. God's word is calling for a humble heart in a man in order to recognize and receive a godly wife. A godly wife comes with bonuses, favor from God, peace of mind, a partner in life. A godly husband is a gift to a wife and how he treats her. There is a mutual submission and honor in their respective roles in the relationship. Therefore, neither should feel superior to the other because of the accolades, their title, or their outward success. This is a reminder that as decorated as someone can be on the outside, they are still human on the inside. And that's the part you as a future spouse will have to live with or choose wisely. As much as church culture, society, or even his blog at some points may have suggested, you can't earn your way to a spouse. If it's a gift, an assignment from Father God and his divine will and timing. That's actually a really good way of putting it. That's the same way I'm saying. I'm saying when they say women are the prize and men are the prize, I'm saying, okay, they both have both. We both bring aspects that are prize worthy. That's what I'm saying. So this is basically what they're saying. But she's calling it a gift and not a prize, which is I like the wording. Um, because I'm curious. I'm just curious. People always, I'm the prize. I'm the prize. What makes you the prize? You know, and I just think it's funny. I try to be funny. Like, what makes the man a prize? He has good standing. He can hold it down. He takes the business, pleasure, everything that you need as a woman. He holds it down. What makes him a prize? What makes a woman a prize? It's just words that we use to sound good, right? In my opinion. She goes on to talk about black male loyalty, and I'm not going to read all of this woman talk, but so basically, by saying somebody is a prize is saying it the wrong way. So we need to just change that whole wording. Saying a woman as a prize is not how she should be seen, or thinking of yourself as a prize is not how you should think of yourself. You should think of yourself as a king, queen. There's a difference. There's more royalty when you put the queen and the king on it. Just saying that you're a prize means you could be bought, and you can't buy me. So that was a little read, and just didn't want to spend too much time on it. Just want to have a quick little laugh about it, about people arguing prizes and who's worth more to the relationship. We're both worth the same. We both bring parts. Men need women just as much as women need the man in a relationship. We both bring different parts. The women need that solid stone, that rock. Sometimes that man needs that sensitive, that kind, that caring woman. It's just we add a bunch to make one great situation. So that hopefully that answers. None of us are prizes. We are gifts. We are kings and queens, and we should treat each other as such. Simple. Simple, simple, simple. Excuse me while I roll my J. Don't hate on me now. Down the smoke. It's warm in here. 3 lights on your face. Now, before I dive into this black appropriation, I might stop with the black appropriation. I might end my night talking about black appropriation. Let me see, where did I pull up that hold on. Oh, that I put some articles and stuff in here. Did y'all know that they have just a random, just random, in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, there is a cargo ship with Bentleys, Porsches, a bunch of luxury cars, just floating on this ship with no crew. It's just in the Atlantic. I think it caught fire. So it says officials say the fire burden on the cargo ship carrying thousands of luxury cars has subsided after a week of blaze, but they are unsure of when a crew will be able to reach the load. The news comes a day after the Portuguese Navy officials told the Wall Street Journal's turbulent weather delayed reinforcements arriving at the Felicity Ace, which is the hauling Audi, Bentley, and Porsche cars on Tuesday. A Navy caption confirmed the smoke and visible flames aboard the cargo ship were gone. There are no visible fire spots anymore, and there's no more smoke. The temperature inside the ship is still high, but at least the crew can be on the main deck. So damn, man, can y'all send me one of them Jones for cheap? I'll definitely take I'll definitely take one of those luxury cars for the cheap. You know what I'm saying? I'll take one of them. I don't know why I just thought that was random, but could you imagine you just see a ship just carrying $1 million cars just loafing in the middle of the So I seen a great story on ESPN continuing the conversation about the whole Russia situation. I've been trying to tell y'all for months now that there was something brewing in the background. I was trying to tell y'all there was something brewing. Um, the war, the missiles, the fighting that was going on, the overseas was reporting a lot of this stuff, and America wasn't. I forgot what we had. What we had as some distraction at the time, but America, American news reporters or news outlets finally started talking about some of the stuff that was going on with Russia and China, and conversations with certain people we talking, and we could just see it seemed like China and Russia were becoming a superpower together, like a super team. It's like at certain points, it seemed like China's like trying to move out this way, and it's like Russia's trying to move out this way. And even with the attack, them firing on Ukraine and using the excuse that there is genocide going on over there and all that. Who knows? Who knows? But this is what he says. And Russia went. I saw a comment basically China didn't see Russia's attack as a an invasion, which is like just little things like China doesn't see Russia's attack on Ukraine as an invasion, but then China is in conversations with Vladimir and Russia talking about they're ready to sit down and talk with the Ukraine leaders, but everything is like through China. So I don't know because it seems like China and US is always at odds, and then it's like Russia and China are buddying up on the low. I would be careful and I would really watch that. Really watch what's happening over there with Russia and China. You got to remember, we are across the pond, brother. They right there. I mean, they are in the same continent in the sense like they are all in one. We always we got to call collect. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I call it the right time because we hours behind and stuff. Like, and I fear we're being pushed into a world war. And now, of course, Russia, says if such and such joins NATO, then they're going to just. So it's like you're being held hostage. It's a lot of we're being pushed into a world war. But let me tell you the scary part. If China ever gets good with North Korea, that's a scary situation. If China gets good with North Korea, there's something to be scared of. That's three superpowers with serious nuclear arsenal. What can you do with it? What are you gonna be able to do with that? Nothing. Nothing at all. You ain't gonna be able to do anything with it. It's just going to be, America. Who's really our allies? Canada? Drake talking about the gang, and how savage the six is and all that. Ain't nobody from Canada doing nothing. You think the Mexicans are going to come and fight with us? Oh no, you don't even let us in the country. The Mexicans are gonna be like, bro, we ain't about to let Chapo out. London, the English, France, Africa, no. Who you want to use? Who's going to help out? They always call us. Ain't nobody gonna help us out. But I wanted to talk about Lomachenko and Klitschko. They are actually Machenko is over there. He actually has a fight coming up in June, but he's out there with the fatigues on, with the gun, and he's ready to protect his home. And I can't but respect him for that. Even Klitschko, he's the mayor of Ukraine's capital. He announced that he was taking up arms as well. His brother, Waldemir, he enlisted in the reserves. So it's a very serious thing that's going on, whether we see it as that or not, because it's so far away from us. It's never that far when you have missiles that are capable of touching our shores now. Kennedy's calling me. I'll call her back. Why is she calling me so late? Why isn't she in bed? It's 9:40. What is she doing up? But I do want to say, be careful and keep your ears open, because it's not going to get any better. They trying to the West unleashes swift bans, more crushing penalties on Russia. Russia don't care. At the most, we're going to try to destroy their economy. But if China's backing them, I don't know, right? So the United States and European nations agreed Saturday to impose the most potentially crippling financial penalties yet on Russia over its unrelenting invasion of Ukraine, going after the central bank reserves that underpin the Russian economy and service some Russian banks from a vital global financial network. The decision announced as Ukrainian forces battled Saturday to hold Russian forces back from Ukraine's capital. Residents shelter in the subway tunnels, basements, and underground garages has potentially spread the pain of Western retaliation for President Vladimir Putin's invasion to ordinary Russians far more than previous rounds of penalties. Putin embarked on a path aiming to destroy Ukraine, but what he is also doing, in fact, is destroying the future of his own country. The European Union, United States, and United Kingdom, and other allies have steadily stepped up the intensity of their sanctions since Russia launched the invasion late last week. So I'm trying to get to the point where they're saying they're going to be taken. All right, here it is. The U.S. and European allies announced the moves in a joint statement as a part of a new round of financial sanctions meant to hold Russia to account and collectively ensure that this war is strategic failure for Putin. The central bank restrictions targeted access to more than 600 billion in reserves that the Kremlin has at its disposal and are meant to block Russia's ability to support the ruble as it plunges in value amid tightening Western sanctions. The ruble, well, I'm saying it wrong, I'm not sure, and Russia's stock market both declined sharply immediately after Russia's launched military action in Ukraine on Thursday. The ruble recovered slightly. Oh, I guess it's their Wall Street, their stock exchange, basically. The ruble recovered slightly, but it's still down more than 6% from before Putin's announcements, trading at nearly 84 rubles to the dollar. So they're basically going to just try to they're going to crash the economy, basically. So, I mean, I hope I don't know. I don't know what I hope, because it's like I feel for people going through this. This is why I don't believe, for me, why I didn't want to join the military. I don't want to be that guy being told to go somewhere and destroy somebody's home because of somebody's personal vendetta. This dick pissing contest. Like, who has the bigger dick between these two guys, and they're mad at each other, and because of that, y'all gonna have to go fight and lose your life. I didn't believe in it, and it's just seeing stuff like this. People minding their own business in Ukraine have to go and hide in basements and cover for shelter because of some guy's ego. So they're basically trying to cut banks off. By cutting the banks off, it will stop them from conducting most of their financial transactions worldwide and effectively block Russia's exports and imports. So they're going to try to snuff them out. They're going to just collapse his economy. That's what they're going to do. Straight collapse him. Let's switch it up. Let's get into some decent conversation. Hold on. Where is that? There we go. Okay. So what? Okay, there it is. So I watched Free Guy yesterday. Free Guy was actually a pretty decent movie. And if we're going to talk about black appropriation, again, I like Taika Waititi, but in the movie, Taika Waititi, he's saying black lingo and homie and all that type of stuff. But we'll get into that later. Hold on, let me see something. How do you spell this guy's name? Taika. I spelled his name right with accent. He's from New Zealand, so he's a New Zealand guy, and he's using homie and he's saying all the black stuff, whatever. But anyways, Free Guy is about a game, a character, a non-playable character who's like, Grand Theft Auto, and you just see people walking down the street. You can't play with those characters. They're just characters in the game. And he was one of those characters who decided one day that he wanted to. I can't believe they're making a Joe versus Carol Baskins Peacock TV show. They need to pay Joe money. You're using this man's likeness. I better pay him for it. But anyways, he's in the game as a non-playable character, and he sees this girl. He like falls in love with this girl, but she's like a sunglass. They call them sunglass people. Sunglass people and are real people in the real world. They're players of the game. So he steps up one day and ends up getting somebody's glasses. When he put the glasses on, he could see all the stuff for the games and missions and all the stuff. But he thinks it's real. But he really likes this girl. So you already see what's coming. Like, he's going to fall for this girl and then find out that he's not real. And then he can't get out the game and then he's going to be short, right? So it was a really good movie. It was fun. Where he basically had to level up. He did everything he could to level up to catch up with this girl. So he caught up with the girl. He comes saving her. They actually like each other. She has feelings for him. She kisses him during the game. They kiss each other during the game. She's saying like we should meet in the real world, and he's just like, yeah. But Taika Waititi, he's the creator of the game, who apparently stole that girl. Her and her friend, they are the ones that created the actual, like, the first part of the game or something. And the guy stole it and then tell him they used it. He used it. So it was this whole thing about Taika Waititi was trying to keep the truth from coming out about him stealing their code. But she eventually has to tell him that he's a game, which of course he didn't take really well to. They had the black guy from Get Out. He was playing like a Kevin Hart role. He really blew me a little bit, and he even did the Kevin Hart shoulder. I mean, his hands on his hips, and he did that too. And he really sounds like Kevin Hart. You close your eyes, but they always trying to make somebody else. So he was doing his best Kevin Hart impression. But overall, it was a really good movie. Free Guy, fun. Had a nice Chris Evans cameo. Because he did some Captain America thing. It was really cool. But because he's Deadpool, and it's a lot of cool. But it was a really good movie. It's a fun movie you can watch with your kids, and a nice little ending where Taika Waititi is trying to basically stop them. It's like he has to get over a certain point to expose what he's trying to expose, and Taika Waititi is trying to destroy the servers. He's doing everything he can. Everything he tried to reset them. The character, he's tried everything, and it's a nice little ending. It was really nice. But they, of course, the heroes prevail, and it's a good movie. But then I tried to follow that up with a movie called Antlers. Got to be real with you, it was very boring, and I fell asleep on it. So I have to go back and watch it. But I almost don't want to have to go back and watch it. I want to see if I could just watch it from where I fell asleep at, because the movie was bad. I don't know if it was bad. It was just weird. It was like, I don't even know what happened. I just know there was a monster that burst out of a man's body. He apparently been like this big antler monster, and he was killing people and eating people up. And the son was like had him locked up in the room, and then the lady came and opened the door, and he killed the lady, and then they got loose. And then what happens to the son and the little boy? It's just it was very slow and a little weird little boy. Why they always put little kids in the middle of these like Satanist occultic movies? It just makes me uncomfortable. I don't. And since I'm talking about occultic and Satan and stuff, I stumbled across a very unappealing episode of American Horror Story. It was I want to say uh, season 3 or whatever. Precious was in it, and Precious was some like bull man who had like a minotaur or whatever he was. This black guy, all buff and muscular, but he had a bull head. And she like drew him out into like this little room, and she started rubbing herself and wanted the bull man to sleep with her. And the bull man got behind her and like grabbed her face, like, oh, they like went to. I was like, yo, what is going on? Did she just have sex with the bull man? Like, why was she rubbing herself? I'm confused. And in the same episode, they brought back the boy who plays Quicksilver in X-Men. They turned him into Ralph Boner in WandaVision. Him. They brought him back from the dead. And you know what his story was? His mom was sexually harassing him, jerking him off, and having sex with him or whatever she was doing. I was like, what type of show is this? I turned it off. It was too much. I don't know why y'all like that show. It's a terrible show. Blood and all this. I'm a Halloween kid. I like actual good horror movies. This, yeah, you're missing me. You're missing me. But I want to talk about those two. First movie was really good. Second movie was, I don't know what that was. I'm gonna end with black appropriation, so we're going to just hit the rest of these. They were saying possibly Aaron Rodgers to the Commanders. I mean, in a free agent move, I like that. I don't like that in the trade. Who are you trading? Chase Young? One of the Allen, Payne, Sweat? Who you giving up? And for a guy who hasn't won the big game in over 10 years, I mean, he's going to give us great offensive, great like regular season numbers. But Aaron Rodgers hasn't proved that he can win a Super Bowl in the last 10 years. So why would the Redskins trade for him and pay him $50 million when he's almost 40 and he's no Tom Brady? No offense. I mean, Tom Brady has been in what? How many Super Bowls? What is it? 7 and 3? You know what I'm saying? So been in 10 Super Bowls or something like that. Like, I would give Tom Brady that before I gave it to Aaron Rodgers. But still, it's like, I love Aaron Rodgers, but I need a guy who is young. Give me a Deshaun Watson type of quarterback, a guy who's going to be around for 10, 15 years. I don't want some guy that's coming for 2 years and then we make it to the playoffs once or twice and that's it. No, I want somebody who's going to be able to stay around, build this team up. So I hope that doesn't happen. And also, Aaron Rodgers is an asshole. And DC, we won't fare well. He won't like DC as much as you think. I mean, he likes Green Bay, so he would probably love DC. But I mean, if he was winning, he would love DC. We would show him big love. But if he came out here and wasn't doing nothing, he'll be ready to get the hell out of here ASAP. But yeah, that's what I want to say about Aaron Rodgers. So we're coming to the close. I almost want to kick my legs up at this point. It's been a long couple of days. The Lakers, just make this quick about the Lakers. We suck. We super suck right now. It's big sucking going on. You can't blame everything on Russell Westbrook. We don't play defense. We don't have defensive stoppers. We don't have them good young legs. We have a bunch of old guys. And have you ever know, like, it's like when I know these guys play with LeBron Maybe it's the pressure's too much. They stop being good 3-point shooters. And they go play with somebody else and they want to drop 23s. And you'd be like, bruh, you missed every 3-pointer you shot last year with the Lakers. But now you play for a new team and then you're good. We look bad. Playoffs, I don't even care if they make it to the playoffs. It's a waste of time watching it. They're not going to do anything. Anthony Davis, I don't know what's up with his bones, but can he drink more milk? Can we get him some calcium pills? I mean, damn. Damn. My man can't stay healthy. You know, I don't know what's up with Russ. I don't know what's up with the defense. Dwight be looking good some days, but then they got the nerve to put DeAndre Jordan in there. I mean, I like Austin Reeves, you know, and everything, but yo, why didn't they get Del Rosen? He wanted to come to the team. He was going to take a short. You see him cooking right now? Anyways, Lakers are terrible. It's been killing me. Real quick update for backtracking. The lady, the little stripper chick, so she went and filed a dispute saying that we stole her boots. So it shut my company down for a few days as far as where I was getting my leads from, which is very upsetting to me because, like I said, we don't do dirty business. We work hard, you know, try to take care of everybody's stuff. And the fact that I know for a fact we went above and beyond what was asked of us to do for this woman, and we did it. And to get this in return really pisses me off. It made me say to myself the other day, I'm not doing any more special numbers for people and negotiate like because I'm a lot of things about to change up on how I do business. The way I'm bringing a manifest. We're going to tag things. We're going to do a lot of things differently because I didn't appreciate and I don't appreciate having money. I've lost money over these last few days and had somebody lie on my company, and it's just ridiculous, you know. So I'm just hoping to get back to work this week and continue what we were doing. Once again, March 9th, March 10th. Renee Zellweger looks horrible. Oh my goodness. How did she find herself back on TV? Oh, yo, why is Renee Zellweger on TV with her face looking like that? Her face is so rough. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, the lady. So yeah, I've been shut down a little bit as far as that. But you know, what can you do? I try to do good business and people just continuously it's starting to be a little annoying. You know, the lady didn't want to pay for the extra time. You know, it's just always something. You know, I try to do good business. People don't want to do good business. It is what it is. It is what it is. Uh, but I'm supposed to go to Orlando this weekend, and we'll see. We'll see. It's still on my agenda to do, but I want to do it. But I need to get on top of it. Because I've been kind of playing around with I have my ticket already, but I need to switch it, and I haven't even done anything. I will talk about this post later. I don't even want to get into this right now. We're going to finish with the black appropriation really quickly. I just want to say something about it. Let me see something. One second. Now, okay. So let me say this. Black appropriation. I'm going to take it back on you. I ain't going to talk all day. I just want to get the point across. Okay? Our culture, our history has been whitewashed. It's been switched, changed more times than the King James Version Bible. Okay? But what upsets me is that the fact that y'all can pick and choose who to point your fingers at. Don't talk about cultural appropriation and not talk about the whole story. Black appropriation, don't even start there if you're not going to tell the whole story. There's a whole genre that has used black appropriation to become what they are. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Blues. The blues was black men, right? But white men took it and made it rock and roll. There's always a piece of our culture being taken. Elvis Presley. I love Eminem. Eminem. If you're a real Eminem listener, you've heard him say it in songs that he uses his ethnicity to boost him even higher in this game, this rap game. Jamie Kennedy has done black comedy. A lot of people do, like I said, Taika Waititi and Free Guy. He's from New Zealand. What's he talking about? Yeah, homie. And yeah, and all this and that. I think it's so bogus that with all the things that we do actually have going on that actually requires our attention, we waste our time trying to cancel people for things like this. Did you cancel Elvis Presley? Did you cancel Eminem? Do we cancel a lot of these little dry humor shows where they got like the white guys like yo and act like a black guy? No. Everybody has used culture appropriation, especially black culture appropriation. They do it all the time. I hear anybody complaining that Hispanics say nigga. No. Are they black? Nope. They're not. But they say nigga. I see a lot of people with melanated skin. They say nigga. You're not black. It's not part of your culture. But you use it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was saying, y'all think that these white kids listen to this rap music and don't say nigga in the car by themselves? My daughter showed me a video of a girl and she went on TikTok with it. They was doing a TikTok and it was the N word in there. And it's two white girls. The other white girl said the N word and her friend, you see her friend just look at her off camera. Like, look at her like, why would you? But it ain't stopped neither one of you little girls from posting it. Because what's really going to happen? Who's going to really say anything? Oh, you're going to be mad. Oh, you said nigga. So she already said it. And what can you do about it? So it's like, it's just the whole black appropriation is such bogus conversation to me. They've been stealing our culture for years. I just told you the blues. We started with the guitars. We started that. And all they did was just take it to white people and call it rock and roll. Elvis Presley. All I'm saying is I hate when people just let certain things just slide under the carpet. No, call white people out for black appropriation. Why are you calling out an Asian woman who is at least melanated? If anybody I don't get offended of is somebody who has color on their skin acting like they're black. I mean, damn. But it's cool for Mark Wahlberg or Jamie Kennedy. He did the Jamie Kennedy experiment or have his movies where he was the what's the movie he did with Anthony Anderson? I think he was the white with the headband and he had the baby blue suit on and all, and he was acting like a thug, sweatsuits on. Why pick and choose now? There's other things we got to deal with. We got to deal with our country possibly trying to set us up for World War III. We still got to deal with black people being shot in the streets. We still got to deal with sex trafficking and our children being missing. And we still got to deal with our own presidency. And we haven't even gotten that. What is going on? We're talking about things that don't matter. There's still COVID vaccines and COVID going on, and Omicron, and what's the other one? They always come up with a new name. It's Omicron, it's Ultracron, it's Supercron, all the crons. Okay, I don't know what to tell you, but it's like, yo, we focus on the wrong things. You got boxers leaving their $1 million lifestyles to go and fight in the war in Ukraine because they're standing. We have a lot of other things going on. So these stupid topics when we're talking about black appropriation and we're talking about really things that don't matter. It's just like, yo, come on, man. Let's keep. I'm not saying go crazy because I told my boy, like, look, stop. You have to live in the moment. You thinking about. He'd be like, man, they gonna come with the guns and kicking our door one day. I'm like, one day. When that day comes, I hope you're ready. I'm not going to drive myself insane thinking about one day. One day might be 50 years from now, and I'll be freaking 81, and I ain't gonna care. Let them come. Let them come get me. I ain't worried about it. Just go ahead and do your thing. Yeah, Malibu Most Wanted. My man. Appreciate you. That's the movie. But you get what I'm saying, like culture appropriation. I found that article so ridiculous. That girl Aquafina, who played in Shang-Chi and Ocean's, the one with the girls. I thought that was such ridiculous. Like y'all forcing her to apologize. They've been doing this for years. I digress. I just feel like, yo, if they feel comfortable being or thinking they black. What was that lady who said that she was faking black for years? The white lady in the office, like saying she was black and she wasn't all these years. Like what? Nobody. I wish a black person would be trying to pass off as a white person. Yeah, a, a black person trying to pass off as a white person, like the Passing movie. And don't forget, if you've never seen The Passing, I haven't watched the whole movie, but I did see the part where the wife was in there with the husband and the white husband because the wife is black, but she passed herself as white. And the white husband comes in and he's like, Nig. He called his wife Nig. And so she tells her girl, like, ask him why he gave me that name. And so he says in his best, and I'm very curious as to who wrote this story. I'm still upset about it. But the guy says to him, well, when I first met this lovely lady here, she was as white as a snowflake. She was as white as a snowflake. But as the years goes on, she getting darker and darker. And I told her, I told her that one day you're going to wake up and you're going to be like one of them niggers. What? Did he say what? Who wrote that? Who gave this man the A-OK to write that and say these things? But if that was the other way around, and that comment came from a black person speaking derogatory towards a white, oh, it's over. So it's just BS. I say pick your arguments and battles to be mad at. This ain't one. Okay. They want to be us, but they want to be us, but don't want to say it. They want this melanin. They don't want to say it. They mad that we got it. They are. Because really, they can't work in the sun. That's why they probably was like, look, damn it, we're going to have to trade for some slaves because I am getting sunburned to an oblivion. They know that we're stronger. That's why they're trying to break us. And I know, don't take it the wrong way. But if you do, I don't care because we get effed every day in any type of way. Doesn't matter who you are, what standard you are. If you're black, your ass is close. It only take just a little something for you, everything you work for, to go right down the drain. Ain't no stop, pass, go. Ain't no second chance. Over right then and there. So I don't know, but we almost had an hour. I'm done. I did some practice before I go. Shout out Tim. Shout out Kaz. Went out there. We did some practice with his team today. It was a good practice, but then when they played against the 15s, the 15-14, the 15-14 kicked their butt. And it was good because they were mad afterwards. A lot of them was really disappointed and angry. And I said, that's good. That's what I want to see from y'all. If you're not mad, I have issue with it. But I love I love basketball and passing on my knowledge to the youth. So with that being said, I'm out. Done talking. Smoke weed because I'm definitely about to. Peace, mother suckers. I gotta get this off here. Move. Who's that on my thing? Out. Get out of here. Why y'all